over 2.5 years ago, to the girl who had just come out of the NEET phase and was actually transitioning into the MBBS life.
There's just that aspect of knowing how after 17 years this is a big change for me. So when that hits you at certain points, it just kind of, I don't know, it just like, it makes me like go into this different realm wherein I feel all like, what's happening and am I going to be able to do it? But it's all okay.
Now, YouTube for me was not this sort of random idea that just popped into my head one fine day. Nor was it this get-up call to come out of my comfort zone or that sort of thing. No, in all honesty, YouTube was a very finely calculated decision that I instinctively made during my time as a NEET aspirant, and to which I was actually able to work towards soon afterwards. I was truly of the view at that time that YouTube would be that platform for me which would save me from the damage that 2 years as a NEET aspirant had done to me. I believed that this would be that platform which would help me to reconnect myself, my childhood skills of communication and creativity. Thinking back, I also felt like this new hobby of mine would prevent me from getting whirled into the vastness of MBBS. So these were some priorities that I had. And now don't get me wrong, I am not saying that my days as a NEET aspirant was torture or I regret the amount of hard work and efforts I put into it. My parents made sure that I had nothing else to worry about except my academics. So it is not like that, but I know for a fact that those 2 years retarded my growth as an individual or as a human, to be specific. And I felt like to come out of it and to not remain trapped in that zone, I would need some sort of platform. And for me, YouTube was that. Posting YouTube videos every single Sunday because somebody had warned me about the theory of consistency was certainly tiring at times, but in the bigger picture for me, it acted as this sort of escapism from making MBBS my entire life. Or it also acted as this sort of external validation that yes, Aisiri can multitask. Yes, she can juggle between MBBS and her hobbies at the same time. I also began to realize slowly that this is not just a channel for me. Someone was getting helped, and on top of that, my parents also felt connected to me even though we were far apart. My parents have always been a part of every single decision I take, and I didn't want to let the physical distance of my college from acting as a barrier for them to know what's going on in my life, the MBBS life, the new phase. So YouTube in a way acted as this sort of bridge where they were able to see what I was doing apart from the sort of verbal narratives that I was giving to them every single day by a video call. With all of these magical things combined together, I was really passionate about this hobby of mine. Starting off with giving NEET advice, to shifting towards how I am enjoying MBBS, how I'm settling in, to hostel shift, using creativity here and there, trying to make study with me videos, and sometimes philosophy. I never really ran out of ideas, but in the same way I was not able to set light to all of them, was I? So I knew from the very beginning, after posting a few videos on my channel, that the moment I would start looking at YouTube from the external eye of views, subscribers, the materialistic side to things, I should say, that is when it would become a problem. That is when I would start to feel these sort of emotions of inner conflict, and the real reasons to why I started this channel, the pillars of that would start to crumble. But we're all human, right? And maybe towards middle of second year MBBS, even though I tried to prevent it, I was bombarded with minute feelings of insecurity, of comparison, this sense of jealousy at times, And for a while, I felt the need to run behind trends. And I would be lying if I said that it didn't hurt me when some of the videos wherein I would spend hours into and which I would actually do from the heart, they didn't do quite well. But I feel like that is also the learning curve of YouTube. When I was able to pinpoint these negative emotions, pessimism, I was actually able to take a step back and accept that I have entered the wrong path or the wrong zone for a while. Okay, no one would, but if you were to hold me at gunpoint and be like, Dil se batao, what has YouTube given you? Well, if you're talking about subscribers, views, likes, dislikes, then YouTube has not given me a lot. Like, up until now, I still do not understand the YouTube algorithm and I don't even want to get into it. But, in all seriousness, if I talk about the internal aspect of what YouTube has done to me, I really believe that it has helped me discover tiny fragments of myself. It has made me realize what my abilities are, and in the same way, what my limitations are as well. I am able to know the actual aspects of communicating. I know that I am creative to an extent. And I know it sounds like I'm boasting, like a lot, but I have this sort of rigid belief that if it wasn't for this hobby of mine, it would be very difficult for me to feel comfortable in my own skin. Especially when you enter into college and you're amidst peers, there's a lot of pressure, you don't want to appear cringe, and you feel like you have to fit in with everyone. All of those adolescent feelings that you have, I fear that if I did not have YouTube, or if I did not work towards making videos or just learning about myself in a way, then I would probably be a nobody. Boy, I swear I'm being so dramatic, and like most of the people are going to be like, okay, why are you making it such a big deal? Move on, get a grip. But I feel like I kind of owe this to the girl who started the channel 2.5 years ago or whatever. Yeah, it's dramatic, Aisiri. But let me say it seriously. What I believe is that I have taken a step back and I kind of know where I stand today as an individual, as an MBBS student, as a human being. And I have come to terms with the fact that if I still hold on to my achievements of clearing the NEET exam, of getting into a government medical college, yes, they are big things, but that was literally 3 years ago. And maybe holding on to that and still continuing with that same level of wanting to spread knowledge, I might be missing out on some of the opportunities which the present offers or which the future might hold because I am blinded to it. I feel like I need to have that emotional intelligence to really sit back and reflect whether it is necessary for me to continue, or whether it is just that I want to maintain the consistency or the streak, and that's why I'm pressurized to make videos. Like, if you think about it, in this age and day, it is very hard to stay relevant, and people look beyond your content. They look at the editing, they look at the skills which you use, the creativity, and that is an art. I accept it. But I actually need to evaluate whether that is my priority right now. And if it is not, I need to accept it and maybe move on. I was able to understand that the priorities with which I started the channel have been met. And I am so grateful that I was able to discover these little aspects of my life. But I feel that there is more for me to discover. And for that, I might need to develop some other skills. Whenever I made YouTube videos, I really had that drive to want to make a difference to someone out there. And I am hopeful that maybe in the future, I might be able to advise more people out there. I might be able to share more experiences of mine. But for that, as of today, I need to start observing instead of just doing. I need to start listening instead of just always being the speaker. So I know it sounds really dramatic and I'm really sorry for that. But I am scared that just clinging on to my past achievements and not letting myself to grow beyond that, with the fear that I will lose relevance in this virtual world, it might be detrimental to me in some way or the other later on. See, Aisiri is a very unpredictable person. I say one thing and sometimes I do the opposite thing. But the whole point of this video is that I do not want to feel pressurized into having to upload a video and maintain that streak or consistency. वैसे तो कोई आता नहीं है, if I don't upload for 2 weeks, no one is messaging me like, where is the video, we are dying for it. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But I feel like I need to get it off my chest because sometimes I make a big deal of nothing. So that's it. That was the whole video. Whatever. I'm tired of talking and I feel like these fairy lights are going to dim. Now, I do have a public Insta for some reason. Don't ask me why. I don't even know how to use it. But I do have that and I might remain active on that here and there. So if ever you think of Aisiri and you want to see what is she up to, you can go see me on there. I'm not saying that this channel is dead. It's just that don't come back next week for more time out with Aisiri. Come back whenever I upload for more time out with Aisiri. Bye.